D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, this video, and you can read it for yourself or just watch this video where I'm going to read it to you. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that I got all that nonsense out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? So for my first story this week, okay, you guys, this comes from the Hollywood Reporter, and it was announced, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was announced that Kim Kardashian is joining, it was Monday, is joining American Horror Story for season 12. And I have thoughts on this, and I'll read this article and everything and give you my thoughts, but she's joining, Emma Roberts right here. And I just thought it was fascinating. Very fascinating. Okay, so it says the reality star joins American Horror Story alum Emma Roberts. I love Emma Roberts, by the way, in the upcoming entry of Ryan Murphy and Brad Fulchik's long-running FX anthology dubbed Delicate and based on a forthcoming book, which will be interesting. And here they are. Here are the two ladies. That's Emma Roberts on the right and Kim Kardashian on the left, if you don't know who they are. Okay, so let me read this article and I'll give you my thoughts as we go along. I think that's good enough. All right, here now, let me do that. All right, so it says Kim Kardashian is joining the Ryan Murphy repertory company. Anyways, the reality star, entrepreneur, podcaster, and pop culture icon, they should say, and porn star, just signed on to star in the upcoming 12th season of the FX American Horror Story in a role specifically written with her in mind. She joins returning AHS star and serial Murphy collaborator Emma Roberts in the outing. Sorry, I haven't read this article since Monday. Anyways, which in a first for the show will be written and show run for a single writer, Haley Pfeiffer. Okay, good for Haley Pfeiffer. Anyways, Kim is among the biggest and brightest television stars in the world, and we are thrilled to welcome her to the AHS family, said AHS co-creator Murphy in a statement to the Hollywood Reporter. Emma and I are excited about collaborating with this true force in the culture. Haley Pfeiffer has written a fun, stylish, and ultimately terrifying role, especially for Kim. And this season is ambitious and unlike anything we have ever done. And don't they say that every season? This is like nothing we've ever done before. Listen, I have thoughts on American Horror Story. I don't watch the show anymore because it's just trash now. But anyways, okay, I'll tell you what I think. Give me 2 seconds. Murphy and Kardashian are friends, and the prolific TV producer and filmmaker is said to have distracted and has said to have been impressed with her well-received 2021 hosting gig on Saturday Night Live. That's what they're going off of, her Saturday Night Live appearance. Come on. They began speaking last summer about crafting a unique role for her scripted TV debut. Specifics about Kardashian and Roberts' roles are being kept slightly under wraps, though the writing was on the wall about Kardashian's involvement this morning with the cryptic Instagram post from her account, the 8th most followed in the world. I don't know why people follow her and that family. They're just crazy. Unlike previous iterations of the American Horror Story, however, there is at least something to go on. For the first time in the anthology's history, it's leaning into a source material. The season is titled Delicate and is based at least in part on Danielle Valentine's upcoming novel, Delicate Condition. Oh, no. Out in August from Source Books Landmark, the novel is described as a gripping thriller about a woman who becomes convinced that that a sinister figure is going to get lengths to make sure her pregnancy never happens. A cover blurb from author Andrea Bartz describes delicate condition as the feminist update to Rosemary's Baby we all needed. Ugh, get out of here. Though Kardashian has acted before. Oh, I need to. Okay, great, perfect, excellent. Though Kardashian has acted before, this will be her most high-profile effort to date. This will be her biggest effort in general. That girl puts in like very little effort and gets so much praise for it. And A-list stunt casting is not exactly outside of the Hollywood. Oh, gosh, I keep saying Hollywood. The American Horror Story wheelhouse. The series has been a revolving door for marquee names since tapping Jessica Lange back in season 1, famously casting Lady Gaga, whose acting credits were then just her own elaborate music videos in season 5, paving the way for her successful film career. And that is true. I don't want to read the rest of this, you guys. But that is true. In terms of Lady Gaga did join season 5, and she was, she was good. But I mean, like, I didn't like season 5. Okay. Let me start by saying about Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga started there, and then she went on to before that. I think she had just done Sin City 2, where she had like one scene where she was like a waitress or whatnot, and she gave that dude $1. And then she went on to do she did American Horror Story 6, but she was only like in it for like 2 minutes tops. And then she went on to do A Star Is Born, and then she went on to do House of Gucci, and then and now she's doing that Joker 2 movie. So she got her start there, and maybe Kim Kardashian will get her start into movies after that. I don't see that happening. Listen, I don't mean to be mean to Kim Kardashian. I don't mean to be mean to Kim Kardashian. I really don't, because she's made a name for herself, but she's a porn star. Let's just get that out of the way. I mean, like, who are they going to get next? Stormy Daniels in there? If they got her for this season, I'd be so freaking happy. I'm going to talk about the American Horror Story and this story that they got going. I mean, I don't see it happening. I don't see her, like, listen, they're citing her SNL, her appearance, and listen, she was okay, but I mean, like, come on, like, this girl's not an actress. She has a set of skills that she applies to her reality show, and I'm pretty sure some of that is acting, but I mean, I don't see it. I mean, I'm tuning in now. I haven't watched American Horror Story in forever because it just turned into complete trash. Let's talk about that. Although they've got this porn star coming on. So American Horror Story hasn't been good in a while. It just sucks. I mean, I have a problem with American Horror Story because I always feel season 1 was good. I liked season 1 a lot. Season 1 is my favorite season. It's the only one that I actually like. The rest of them, I like either a couple of episodes or I like half the season or whatnot. But they always start off really strong, I feel. And then it heads off into nowhere land, into nonsense. And then they always wrap it up in one episode in like the most unartistic way. It's so simple. Like the one that comes to mind right off the top of my head is season 4 Freak Show. Okay, so it started off really good with that clown killer. That was the best part. And then the clown died, if you remember correctly. I'm spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, but it's been out for like ever. But then that clown got killed, if you remember, and that was it. After that clown died, it was done. Like that season sucked after that. Like then you got that rich kid that came in as like the circus owner or some crap like that, or the clown killer, and it was just not good. And then to wrap it all up, you know how they wrapped it all up? The rich kid went through and killed all the freaks in the circus with a gun, and you're just like, what's going on here? That's what a uninspiring, ununique way to end your season. And they did it in the last episode, so you're like, this is just nonsense. And then I think back to, like, for instance, like season 2, where you're asylum, where you're in this asylum and you've got the crazies going on. You've got that serial killer going on. You've got the aliens. You've got the demon possession. And then just for fun, they threw in Anne Frank, just for shits and giggles. So it's like, the show is usually just a big mess, in my opinion. And so I don't see getting a source material to go off of is going to change all that. Now, as terms of the source material, it does sound fun to get like a Rosemary's Baby kind of update thing, and maybe Kim Kardashian will be the pregnant one, or maybe she'll be the crazy one. Either way, I mean, you know, if she's the pregnant one, she has something to go off of because she's been pregnant before. And I do think she's crazy. So this might be perfect for her. But I don't think this will stem a acting career, in my opinion. Because I mean, like, come on. I mean, you don't follow Kim Kardashian to see her acting chops. You follow her to see her crazy nonsensicalness. And she may be a good businesswoman, but I feel most of that is because of her, you know, at least the start was because of her mom. Her mom like really knew what to do with all that nonsense. I mean, they really capitalized on that porno. And I've seen it a couple times. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Who hasn't? It's out there. Let's watch it and everything. So that, you guys, is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, okay, so Warner Brothers had their big hullabaloo this week. And this story came out like during it or whatnot, and it was the cast of Creature Commandos. So the first show that's going to hit HBO or Max now. It's not even HBO Max now. HBO Max is a better name than Max. Max is so stupid, but whatever, it's fine. Nobody likes Max. I haven't met one person that's like, Max is a good name for a streaming service, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. So it was announced that it was announced of who was playing Rick Flag Sr., and now it's announced, it was announced all of the cast. And we're going to go through the cast of Creature Commandos, which I have to be honest with you, I'm kind of excited for. I like James Gunn. I like his writing. I like his style. I just like him. So I'm going to watch this show, and I'm probably going to like it if it's just true to James Gunn's form. But let's go through this. I think I think this sounds interesting, and I love animation, so we're just gonna watch it. Okay, so let's go through this and talk about who's in Creature Commandos. All right, let's go through this casting. Okay, so it says this is from Collider, by the way. Sorry, guys, I forgot to mention that. So it says Collider can exclusively reveal the entire voice cast of Creature Commandos, and I'll have visuals up and everything below me, which is set to be the first animated series within the new DCU timeline. As expected, the series will feature the voice talents of Sean Gunn as Weasel, who will be joined by Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. And if you know Frank Grillo, he put out on there that he was leaving Marvel and going over to DC. And I'm like, yeah, well, your character died in Marvel. So, and Frank Grillo, I think Frank Grillo is like a big weirdo, but in real life, but it's fine. I'm not like, you know, this casting isn't bad. It's just, you know, and then they're like, this will transfer over to, and talking about this will transfer over to live action. But I'm all like, do we really want a live action, you know, Creature Commandos? I mean, I would watch it, but I'm just curious as to, you know, are we going to be all like, is anybody hankering for a Creature Commandos live action anything? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's continue with these little punks. Okay, so we get Frank Grillo. Like I said before, he played Crossbones in Marvel, and he's playing Rick Flag Sr., and that's the guy on the far left. Like I said before, I have visuals down below. Okay, so then Maria Bakalova is Princess Inanna Rostovich. Now, if you remember Maria Bakalova, I don't know if I'm saying her name right. She is from Borat. She played Borat's daughter. And she's fun, you know, we'll see how she does and everything. But yeah. And I really don't know anything about the Creature Commandos. I don't. So we'll see. And it says Adrina Varama is the bride. And if you remember the Bride of Frankenstein, if you remember her, the thing you can think of what she was recently in Obi-Wan. She played that Imperial officer that was, you know, helping them. She also was in Game of Thrones. She played Pedro Pascal's like lovers in that one. And I do like her. I think she's a good actress. Okay, so we got Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is in terms of the whatever. We've got Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus. Super fun. And then we have David Harbour, who's also from Marvel. And he will be playing Eric Frankenstein. So he'll be playing Frankenstein. It says Sean Gunn as GI Robot also. So that's the robot there. And then it says Steve Agee is reprising his role as John Economos. So I mean, yeah, so all of this should be, like I said before, I think this does sound fun to me just because I think that the animation sounds fun. All right, let's continue reading this. And yeah, all right, so it says, in the animated series, the Creature Commandos team works under the supervision of Amanda Waller, who will be in the show, apparently. Waller, Viola Davis as a big part of the Suicide Squad and its spin-off series Peacemaker. And it's set to make an HBO Max return with her own solo series, which I'm also excited about. I hope they do the trial of Amanda Waller. We'll see. That would be great if they did. Anyways, okay. Since the new DCU intends to reuse the same cast members for live action and animation projects, Davis was so far the only voice actor we imagined would be part of Creature Commandos. However, it seems like the team coordinator will be John Economos, who's one of Waller's most fateful employees. Since the animated series features the Weasel, which made his live-action debut in The Suicide Squad, portrayed by Sean Gunn, we expected James Gunn's brother to return for the animated series, but it's nice to see he'll also voice a character capable of speaking GI Robot. So yeah, he's going to play GI Robot in there. So it says, now that the whole Creature Commandos cast has been revealed, we can start wondering when these characters' live-action versions will appear next. Harbour, for instance, is the perfect choice to become Eric Frankenstein, since his time as Hellboy proved he could play a monster with a heart. That's true. He did play Hellboy. And I have to be honest with you, even though that movie was garbage, it was pure trash, he did a good job. And I did like him as Hellboy. So if they made another Hellboy movie and they had John Harbour play him again, I would be fine with that. But if they do, I want another Hellboy movie. So if they do it with somebody else, I'll be fine with that also. And 2DX Dr. Phosphorus would be a perfectly primed for a cameo in a Batman movie, given the two characters' extensive comic book history. Yeah, I don't know about that. If they would have Dr. Phosphorus in there, he just seems like that would just be too much for a Batman movie. If they do it in the Matt Reeves verse, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, what's Creature Commandos about? The Creature Commandos animated series is one of the projects developed by James Gunn and Peter Safran as part of their unified DCU storyline. The 7-episode show will focus on the unusual team of DC characters frequently called monsters. It's fitting then that Creature Commandos is one of the central pieces of the new DCU's Gods and Monsters arc, the first chapter of a 2-part story to be told in the upcoming decade. To ensure the new DCU will avoid pitfalls of previous DC movies and series, Gunn and Safran are personally supervising every forthcoming project. For instance, Gunn will write and direct Superman Legacy, the reintroduction of the Man of Steel in theaters. Gunn has also written all episodes of Creature Commandos, which shouldn't be surprising considering the filmmaker's passion for misfits and outcasts. It's worth remembering Gunn helped Marvel Studios to turn the Guardians of the Galaxy from unknown characters to fan-favorite heroes. And the writer and director's take on the Suicide Squad is arguably the best DC movie in history. So whatever Gunn and Safran are planning for the DCU, it's easy to remain optimistic. There's still no release date for Creature Commandos. Stay tuned. Okay. And that's that on that. So what do I think about this casting? I think it's good. I think that I like these people that they've cast. I'm going to watch the show, so there's no argument about that. And I just I can't wait to see what's going to happen, you know. I do hope that it's, like I said, I hope it's good. I'm going to watch it, and I'm excited for it. So there's that, and I think that these people are, I mean, and these people are like gettable and stuff. So we'll see how it turns out. That was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, you guys, all right. So you Mia Goth fans, get excited. You probably already are, and I like Mia Goth too. I'm not trying to diss on Mia Goth, but she has joined the Blade movie. Whether this movie will get made is a big question mark, because I don't know, man. They are just really like not doing great over there at Marvel these days. Okay, so let's talk about this Blade movie. So it says Blade. This comes from Deadline, my favorite. It says Mia Goth joins Mahershala Ali in Marvel pick. All right. It says after spending the past year terrifying audiences and wowing critics, Pearl and X-star Mia Goth looks ready to take her talents to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As sources tell Deadline, she is set to join Mahershala Ali in Marvel Studios' Blade. I hope she plays the bad guy. Jan Damage is set to direct the pick, with Michael Starbury on board to write the script, and Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige producing. Ali is still starring in the titular role. Marvel could not be reached for comment. Plot details are unknown at this time, as well as who Goth would be playing. Plans for a new incarnation of the Blade character, played by Wesley Snipes in a string of movies in the early 2000s, were revealed during Marvel's census-shattering presentation at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019, and it was shattering. Created as a supporting character by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colin, Blade first appeared in Tomb of Dracula #10 in 1973, becoming a cult favorite. He is a human vampire hybrid thanks to his mother being bitten and killed by a bloodsucker during childbirth. The character became a star in the 90s when New Line adapted the comic, with Snipes on board to star with 2 sequels following the hit movie. I just want to say, before that movie, before those movies came out with Blade, the only thing I knew about Blade was from the Spider-Man animated show in the 90s. I love that show. I still love that show. I still watch that show with my kids on Disney Plus. It's really, really good. And Blade was in there for like an arc with Morbius and stuff. And yeah, I really loved it. So yeah. Okay, so Goth is coming off a stellar year that started with the A24 horror pick X, with the sequel Pearl premiering a few months later. Goth stars in both, but is front and center in Pearl, where she gave such a stellar performance that award pundits became discussing potential Best Actress candidate. She also earned strong reviews in the Sundance Midnight pick Infinity Pool. Next up, she can be seen in the final installment of X series Maxine, which bows later this year, and is also in talks to co-star in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein pick. And Goth is wrapped by some people. So what do I think about this? Okay, first thing, the plot. They're changing it up, I think. So the plot was that Mahershala Ali's Blade would just be like a time jump kind of thing. You can see him, how he became a vampire kind of thing. And then it would just be like his life through time. And then apparently he would also have a half vampire daughter who would, by the end of the movie, would take over the mantle as Blade, but not Blade. And I heard there was only 2 action sequences in there, and the movie really pretty much sucked. And Mahershala Ali was like, I'm not going to film this movie unless the script is good. And Mahershala Ali, I love Mahershala Ali, so he has every right to be that way. Now, I hope they change that and everything, but let's see what they do. Now, who is Mia Goth playing? I don't know, but she's going to be playing a vampire. How can you not have Mia Goth, who's done all these horror things, and look how great her look is? She's playing a vampire, and I hope she's playing the baddie, the big baddie, like the queen vampire, whatever. Because that would be great. Mia Goth has a great look. She's she has this great she can do a creepy voice. Like, I think it would just be really great, and I think a vampire would be good for her to play that character and everything. But that's all. Those are all my thoughts on like what she could be doing, what and all that jazz. I just think she's playing the big baddie and she's playing a vampire. So and that's it, you know. All right, you guys, that is my final story of the week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Kim Kardashian joining Emma Roberts in the season 12 of American Horror Story? Do you still watch American Horror Story? Do you like American Horror Story? Do you like Kim Kardashian? Do you think this is a good choice? And like I said before, I don't know if this is a great choice, throwing a porn star in your show, but we'll see. I think Ryan Murphy is good with casting. I think he knows what he's doing in that sense. And we'll see if this turns out. I don't know. It sounds interesting, the Rosemary's Baby concept. That sounds interesting to me. So we'll see how that turns out. And if Kim Kardashian does a good job, and if she does, I'll be the first to tell you she knocked it out of the park. But if she doesn't, I'll be one of the first to make fun of her. Tell me, guys, also how you feel about this cast for Creature Commandos. Do you think this is a good voice cast? Do you think this is a bad voice cast? Do you like this this concept of this show? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to suck? You know, are you going to watch it? Do you like James Gunn and his writing style and the way he does things? I like it, so I'm going to watch this show for sure. Plus, I love animation. Do you like animation? And then how do you feel as terms of starting off, kicking off the DCU timeline? Do you think this show was the right move? I don't know if that's the case, but I will watch it and I am excited for it because I do like James Gunn. And then finally, tell me, how do you guys feel about Mia Goth joining Blade with Mahershala Ali? And do you agree with me that she's going to just be playing the big baddie and she's going to be a vampire and everything? I mean, how do you get cast in that movie and not be a vampire? Like if I was cast in that movie, and I know I'm not cast in that movie, nor would I be. I'm just saying if I was, I'd be like, I want to be a vampire. Who doesn't want to be a vampire? That sounds like fun. But yeah, those are my 3 stories this week. Tell me what you guys think about them. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know I won't mind, you guys. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.